A military dog was trained for one impossible mission: to sprint across a battlefield and destroy a German Panzer III tank. His body trembled, his tail dropped. Fear was written all over him, but the Soviet soldiers gave him no choice. With harsh shouts and a forceful shove, they pushed him out of the trench. In front of him, the massive steel beast rolled forward, firing shells that shook the earth. The deafening blast sent the terrified dog running, but instead of charging the tank, he turned around and sprinted back toward his handler. The soldiers called him a coward, and in a moment of cruel frustration, the commander fired at the explosive strapped to the dog's back. A single brutal decision that ended his life instantly. The line of German tanks continued advancing. Moments later, a female soldier stepped forward. She sent out her best dog, a small fighter with extraordinary intelligence. Without hesitation, the dog dashed into the storm of bullets and explosions. He studied the tank's movement, adjusted his speed, and finally dove beneath the steel belly of the Panzer III. 1 second later, a massive explosion shook the ground. The tank was obliterated. Through her binoculars, the soldier searched desperately for her companion. Just when hope began to fade, the little dog emerged from the smoke, limping, exhausted, but alive. The joy didn't last. By order of an officer, the dog had to go out again. Even as the handler begged and pleaded, the brave animal was pushed back into the killing field. Under a hail of machine gun fire, he crawled low, dodged the spinning treads, and once again slipped beneath the tank. A second explosion, and miraculously, the dog survived again. His courage allowed the Soviet defense line to hold against the German armor. Soon after, he was given an even more dangerous mission: destroy a German train. At a small station where the train had stopped, he crawled beneath the cars and planted a bomb using his teeth. But a guard spotted the device. The mission failed. Still, the dog didn't give up. At the next ambush site, an old stone bridge, the Soviets strapped a larger explosive to his body. When the guards looked away, he sprinted through open fire and reached the underside of the bridge. Moments later, the enemy train exploded and collapsed along with the structure. The soldiers mourned him, believing he had finally died. But then, limping, bloodied, barely standing, he returned to camp alive. The entire unit erupted in cheers and rewarded him with a whole chicken thigh, a luxury in the middle of war. The female soldier knew she could no longer let him run suicide missions. She began training him to disarm mines. Within days, he could locate every hidden mine in the ambush zone. One day, the Soviets captured a building. They believed it was secure, until the dog barked sharply and locked eyes with the commander. When the cabinet was opened, he lunged forward. A blast erupted. The commander survived, but the dog was gravely injured. He was rushed to a field hospital. His bravery earned him the title of national hero. And this is not a war legend. This is the true story of a military dog who did the impossible to protect his soldiers.